Here we go. Here we go. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe button. Tell a friend, tell a friend. Here we have another crazy story, another crazy story. Everybody knows Lil Durk, he locked up right now. Was it worth it? I mean, here's what Lil Durk was saying. Here's what he was talking about. And I'm going to tell you what I think in a second. Don't forget.
When I was like, man, people used to tell me that shit, I used to be like, man, y'all saying that because them two niggas was like, for real, for real. It was more of them, but it was them. It was for real.
For real, for real. So basically, this is one of Lil Durk's last interviews. You know, he basically made it in a sense as a superstar. Imagine that. Imagine being a superstar. But don't forget, this is after the crimes. Let's hear what he's saying. See what he's talking about.
Because Future had a super relationship with my brother D-Thing.
He's doing this interview with DJ Academics. His brother D-Thing is the brother D-Thing. He got that on his hat, D-Thing. He said he's never been the same since D-Thing passed away. Imagine that. They said D-Thing went to a club and some individual decided to do something bad to him. He never made it out of the club. And Lil Durk said he's never been the same ever since.
He was like, man, that nigga the one. But I ain't never believe it. I'm like, man, I'm just trying to make some money.
Yeah, you probably thinking I hear this a lot from a lot of people, but then you kind of, like, what's that moment that kind of clicked?
Don't forget, Lil Durk, he's from Chicago. Not only is he from Chicago, he's from the poor part of Chicago. You know what I mean? But he got a chance to get rich. Imagine that. Imagine being poor and then you're rich. Imagine that.
Because obviously, then also you start showcasing a lot of melodic signs, like the side of you. Obviously, then people start seeing some relationship stuff. You know what I mean? The music kind of changed from like just straight drill. This ain't what you want type of.
Lil Durk, he's been rapping for years, but for the past maybe since 2017, he's been really popular. 18 got more popular, 2019 got more popular, 2020 got more popular, 2021 got more popular, 2022 got more popular, 2023 got more popular. Hey, guess what? The FEDS came. Imagine that.
To a lot more creative shit that you seem to be interested at the time. What was the thing that made it click to you? Be like, nah, this shit could work, man. Like, this should work on a bigger level.
My first show. My first show, I got paid. Man, I can't even remember. I don't want to throw a number out there, but it was like.
Is that the truth? They said a whole lot of these gang members, the more money they get, is the more they want to go at war with the other fellow gang members. Imagine that. I have money now. My money's up now. Now it's time to go to war. Imagine that. Imagine going to war without any type of, let's get back to the story. Unbelievable. I'm just talking. That's it.
It was like, matter of fact, it was an open mic. I did an open mic. Then the next show, they paid me like $500. Then that's when I knew, like, we can make some money off this shit. But when the beefing and all that shit was going on, it was like entertaining. But it was really fucking up the money.
Don't forget, like I said, these individuals, what they do, instead of leaving the streets alone, imagine that. Imagine leaving the streets alone and becoming a good, productive citizen. A lot of these gang members, what they do, say, you know what? I have money now, so you know what? I can start paying people to do whatever I want them to do for me. Unbelievable.
You know what I'm saying?
So you kind of
so the police shut down all the shows we do, everything we do. We couldn't have no events with kids around. So then that started getting serious. Well, like I started sitting back thinking like, hell no, this shit hard out here, boy.
Damn. I think that's what people don't realize about the drill movement, right? Or even like the perception of the drill movement. Because even though you didn't.
Imagine that, the drill movement. There's no such thing as a drill movement. These only individuals who's talking about the crimes they committed. Imagine that. Unbelievable.
Yourself a drill artist. They paint you in that light. I remember doing a lot of stories on the mayor saying, "Yo, we don't want these dudes having a platform to have concerts and people not thinking about it like that's how a lot of people make money."
Yeah, 'cause that was the reason. We was beefing. So they was like, we don't want the concert to get shot up. We don't want nobody to die. We don't want nobody to get hurt. We don't want this place to.
Imagine that. Imagine paying your money to go party, party, party. You have to worry about violence. Believe it or not, some of these individuals think it's cool, think it's fun, until the violence happens to them.
Jeopardy. But it was fun to us. We looking like, shit, fuck them niggas. And they like, fuck us. So it's like, when they start cutting that money on and off, I'm like, hold on. We gotta start doing this shit a little different. That's why I be like, I don't be dissing the dead. Like, that's why I don't say names and shit. Like, all this shit.
Lil Durk be making things up. Don't forget, he said, you know what? How high did he get? High as duck. He's making things up. Don't forget. He's trying to come off as a good person, which he is a good person. But they said he made a bad mistake. Imagine that. Imagine making a bad mistake. They said that money got to him. Believe it or not, if you having money and being irresponsible with it, it could be a terrible thing. Sometimes you're better off being down and out and poor, believe it or not.
You then also meet, or not meet, but like you kind of realize talent in, another person from Chicago that you kind of take on your wing. King Von.
Yeah.
And
it is one of my wins.
And I realized, I remember watching your first Breakfast Club interview with King Von. Me not knowing who he was or what he was going to become. And I'm like, man, Durk, we want to hear what you got to say. Like, you.
King Von, you know what he's known for. Let's get into his story on the next video. So Lil Durk decided to throw his life away for a criminal. I wonder why. Imagine that. I'm kicking back, relaxing in my mansion, and this criminal's fresh out of jail. I'm gonna go throw my life away from him, my life away from him. Unbelievable. My kids can't hang out with me no more. Imagine that.
Do what you like, you know what I mean? But you made it it was a thing for you to put him on that platform, to have him right beside you, and you know what I mean? Why do that then? Because I feel like it was a moment where you were kind of building to a height that maybe you never reached before, and you were like, rather than...
That's not true. At least in my opinion, that could be false. I could imagine that. I'm not always right. Don't forget, I never got all A's and B's in school, or C's either. Imagine that. I'm usually wrong. Imagine that. I'm just talking. That's it. But Lil Durk decided to put King Von on because you know what? Hear what he said.
The casual people like, we want to see you, but you're like, nah, you want to see me and my mans. What was that for?
Man, it was one of the closest motherfuckers to me told me, start rapping. He just found some artists. So that made me kind of go hard, you know what I'm saying? But when I see Von, always been Von. Like if Von was gonna be a rapper, a basketball player, a football player, Von was always gonna be Von. Like a good-hearted motherfucker. So he like, man, when I go on Breakfast Club, man, I'm finna, man, woo. So when I finally put him on the Breakfast Club, he was trying to act like he didn't know what was going on. Yeah.
He went on a Breakfast Club and became famous. He said, you know what? I just got out of jail. I just got out of prison for beating 2 bodies or 4 bodies, 10 bodies, many bodies. Unbelievable.
Yeah, but he a good-hearted, like, he one of the ones.
I've said this, which I don't think is controversial now, but, at the time when, I said it when he was alive, I think some people, because they sometimes attribute this type of attribute to super lyrical people. I said, King Von is one of the greatest storytellers
He is.
that's ever been in rap. Because he told us these stories that people are still trying to figure out, is this real, this ain't real? he brought us on a journey that
See, with Vaughn, you know what's so crazy? Because Vaughn, I
Let's hear what Durk got to say. But Vaughn, don't forget, King Vaughn, he was a known criminal. Imagine supporting a known criminal. Don't forget, not just a criminal, violent lifestyle, violent individuals. Why would a celebrity want to support something like that? I know why. I know why. He won't be tough guy. He won't be. He won't be tough guy. He won't be tough guy.
studio in my house. I used to live in Atlanta. And Vaughn like, man, I'm finna go do this. I'm finna do this, go get some money. I'm finna do this. He like, bro, I wanna rap. So he like, man, start rapping. He showed me like 5 songs. He like, man, this shit weak. He said all this shit weak.
Maybe he's in the story.
I told him, like, man, this is my favorite song right here.
what's up?
And it's crazy. Crazy story.
Really?
And that's what's going on right now. It's a crazy story. What's going on with Lil Durk? You know what happened, D-Thing, you know what happened to King Von. You know what happened to a lot of these individuals from Chicago. It's a crazy story if you think about it. The life they live. All they want to do is play firearms. Do they think about anything else? I don't know. Where they getting them? I mean, I'm just talking. I don't know a lot. Only thing I do know is crime don't pay. That's it. But Lil Durk, he said King Von is one of them guys. He's one of them guys. Notorious trigger puller. Notorious jailbird. Imagine that. Imagine associate yourself with criminals and expect the criminal's lifestyle not to rub off on you. Why wasn't Lil Durk hanging out with bakers? Why wasn't he hanging out with carpenters? Why wasn't he hanging out with accountants? I don't know. He was hanging out with criminals. Now he's home. Don't forget, there's a home for criminals. It's a jail. Matter of fact, it's the FEDS. That's what he is right now. I don't know a lot. Only thing I do know is crime don't pay. I see him do it.